Yo, what's up, y'all? Yeah, so I guess little quick thing. Well, actually, we'll get back to this. Let me flip this shit. All right, so don't mind me and my fucked up hair. Whatever. It's all, you know, gelled up. I guess I need to probably cut it. I mean, when it's gelled up, it looks, whatever. But anyhow, fuck that bullshit. We ain't come here for no goddamn looks. Um, I got a little bit of motivation. Basically, and let me kind of get good. What's that shit called? I contacted Matt at DIY Auto Tune for this MS3. Basically, I asked him if support regarding the VHR. How's that? In terms of the timing marks using the stock cam sensors, because this one differs. These have the cam sensors on the front versus, the DE has them on the back of the head. So I don't know if maybe that changed up the lineup. So I asked that, and then also about controlling the motor, the servo for the, cam. It's not like a VTEC where it switches to a different, cam lobe or whatnot. This one uses like this rocker type arm, and then that's what basically, opens up the valve, you know, sooner in a sense, but then as well as, what do you call it? Wider, longer, higher lift. So that's where, let's say you have a 232, maybe these go up to a 248. I don't think they go anything drastic more than that. I tried looking up specs, couldn't really find anything. So, anyways, long story short, Matt said that the decoding seems similar to what this has, that, it should work. So, that's cool. That'd be nice. I mean, I will definitely, all I gotta do is take my cam wire that I have on this back head and, kind of, move it toward the front, just extend the wire. So that's cool. And then, the crank is on the top. I'll show you these in a second. So that's where things differ. And then like the motor, I'm gonna look at that. Maybe I can have it just like an on off to where I'll fucking send it like full tilt so I get the maximum lift, like past 3,000 RPMs, because fuck, I want, fucking bigger cam per se, on the intake. So that's what's up. I don't care about cam phasing too much. I know, yeah, if you do it, I mean, that's good for, I would say, like all around. It'd be nice to control it too, but, with this, aftermarket, MS3, I don't have the option. I believe I heard the Haltex have it, but you're looking at a 1200, 15, 1400, I don't know, something, 4-digit ECU, and this is a budget build. But anyhow, the cool thing about this motor, it's 11-to-1 compression. So that's what's up. But anyhow, now to, let's say, the nitty gritty that I'm trying to work out, and hopefully you guys have some, feedback and whatnot. So first things first, I believe those should be the cam sensors. I haven't fully, looked, but I believe those are, because then here goes this whole mechanism with the servo motor that switches up the, as you can see, that's kind of in line. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna try to do this. This shit's kind of in line, with the intake, camshaft. So, that would work. There's quite a different things. Like, say if we look on the back end, so we have these servo motors, passenger and driver side, or odd and even bank. So we have that. We also have, well, the other thing that I am looking is that this guy, if this might hit my firewall. I kind of did a measurement of what's in the car now, and it's like the intake manifold comes back further. So, but that gets me to another thing. Now, I noticed that this water temp sensor's over here, on the other one is over here. Small little things. Like this guy here goes to the, heater hose or heater core. So you had that one, and then this one that was running. I always had this one running, but this one, the way that on the DE motor, it had a pipe that ran from the radiator hooked up, and then kind of went into the head, and I don't know, had some other shit. But this is a more effective design. So that's one cool thing. As you can see, I have the full harness here. I took all that, so that's good. I can dissect that. If I am able to control that, I can rip that out and get what I need. So that's a cool part. All right, so regarding the back, that's what we're looking at as a servo. If I can just get a switch to say, oh, I want full tilt, bam, and then I get let's say 248 cams. Cause that's like the wildest that I ever seen on a Nissan motor. It could be something different, I don't know. So yeah, that's pretty much back here now. Which starts coming to me is this intake manifold. This intake manifold has such a low profile that me and my brother-in-law were talking. He said he's seen some guy, he made like 600, whatever. But he switched to a throttle cable instead of fly-by-wire. And I think what he had done, or yeah, I think that's what it is. I can't remember. But anyways, regardless of what, leaving this intake manifold, I was thinking about, oh man, this thing hits, lays lower. I could put this on, and then I could just block this off and have my same setup, coming out to my Q45 throttle out there. Then my brother-in-law was like, oh no, if you had that, if you can envision coming out here to the front, coming out here to the front, and coming to a Y to a Q45 throttle, and then having them run both the same lengths, and feeding it like that. Now that's nice. The only thing that I may have an issue with is up front with I would have to redo my downpipe. Like, let's see if we come here. Look at this. I got a freaking motor. I got sugar cane. But anyways, so if I come out from here, come to the front, come up here, sort of like a LS setup, and then have like the throttle body sitting right there, and then I have the pipe, come and let's say come to this side inlet, that would work well. The only thing is figuring out this exhaust, which now that I'm looking at it, maybe I could get it to, those are tight turns, bro. But then again, that's a 3-inch pipe. Now that if I'm feeding this on both sides, I could probably get away with 2 inches. Yeah, I don't know, or maybe even what that diameter is. Kind of get that same diameter, since I don't want to, and then come and then do like a Y, similar to how I did the exhaust down there, and then have that sit. That's another possibility. And you know what? I'm thinking that this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try running this setup, not this intake manifold, but like how this pipe is. Just block this off for now, just so I can get the car, running and make sure everything. And then this could be like a future upgrade to where, this is somewhat tuned, to the motor. But what I'll do is, in the car, kind of, see if I could run that. So that's a cool thing. And even if I block this bitch off, it's not going to be, only way if I get like a leak, it's going to be the same thing as if I was, running that single throttle. So that's one possibility. Yeah, because I really do like how this is sitting shorter. So you have that. Also, it's a little bit, nicer and sleeker. And then maybe if I can get the factory cover back on, maybe I might take it from that guy and put it on this motor. Nah, I won't do that shit. So that's one thing that I'm looking at. Now to the front, like I said, I believe these are the cam sensors. I have them both on intake one, and there. So if that's the case, that's good. That's what's up. Now this whole timing assembly, it's one big serpentine belt, but in order to run it, you need the compressor and you need the power steering, which I don't run. So, and also we were looking at ways to do it, but this belt would need to tension the other way. So anyhow, I started looking at it. It looks like this mount here, that mount here, and this other one mount down here, straight in there. that's like similar to what the idler pulley that I have on my current car already. So what I'm hoping is that I can put that on, and then the adjustment was, it mounted somewhere down here. So I'm hoping I still have those mounting spots to do it. But then the only issue that I am looking at is this down here would come in a what do you call it, in the way with my tensioner pulley. But maybe there's a way I can mount a different tensioner pulley somewhere else. So that's totally something else different that I can make. The other thing that's different too, of course, is this water neck on these. Are similar to back to the old design of the VG30s, the ETs. What do you call it? So this one now that I got this, I'm gonna have to get me back a KA radiator, because I originally got the SR, so my intake pipe was over here, because that's how that motor ran when I had it, I guess. Oh, never mind. Well, I'll have to see, because look how close that turbo comes, because that KA one would hit about right there. So that means I have to come with the 90 and then kind of go. So I mean, it could work, but well, when we get there, we'll see. That's I can always make modifications, aluminum welding. So that's really the meat and potatoes regarding the motor. My other thing is, which I'm hoping maybe I could do today, is pull out this bad boy, get her running on her own again. But anyways, pull her out, pull out the other Spanish transmission that I have, and then see how that lines up to this block. I heard that they're different. I mean, I saw that they're different. I just don't know to what extent. And then here goes the other what do you call it, crank position sensor. On the DEs, it's on the bottom. But anyways, long story short, that's cool, because I'll have one less wire running way long. But back to my thing, I want to see how well it lines up, because I do remember like those two bolts being there, and even the ones on the side. So like I was saying before, what if these double ones, it's just got one, and then I got all of the ones on the bottom. So that's that. Of course, swapping over the manifold, shit like that. So I'm pretty curious to get this going. Just I'm looking at like all of these damn, is this like a fuel dampener, and this might, I think that's my inlet. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, that's my inlet, because these are returnless systems. So what do you call it? Just to work out some things, clean this up. Look at that, straight from the battery post. The only one, I did, I believe I was, I can't remember. It's down here. My starter wire, the signal, and the thingy. But anyways, whatever. I'm just rambling now. So that's where it is right now. As soon as I get, my biggest thing is just getting this transmission mated up. Once I figured out how I'm gonna do that, then it's dropping in the car and cleaning everything else. But I still got to remove the intake manifold so I can get to the injectors and swap those out. But that's what's up. So hopefully we get some good progress on this. And I got, as you can see, like enough vacuum port lines where I don't need to do no like. Well, that one's going to the PCV. But anyways, I can still use that with my idle air control valve, or you can use this for the idle air. I don't know. This is it's probably air intake temp. I got like enough ports before I was kind of fighting. So this manifold's pretty cool. But we'll definitely see where this takes us and go on from there. So. Alright then, guys, let me start cleaning this bullshit. I haven't even touched this garage in like 2 months, bro. I mean, I was kind of depressed and stuff, but I'm getting amped up again. Do some research, figure that out, more my wires, and let's see if we can get this bitch started, son. Alright, y'all. Next day. But what I ended up, I'm deciding, kind of what to do. I can't remember if I said it in the other video. Was basically cutting this all section out. I think I did say that. Cutting all this section out, so I'm left with this attached to that, and then cut out this section, and then basically like it mesh, and then I'll bolt it to the transmission, take it into place, and that should definitely be nice and true and everything. Basically using the motor as a jig. I remember, I think the 1J guys, when they're going to these CD009s, which were the newer ones, I think Mazworks sells a plate where it replaces this front plate here and changes it to a a fork like that. So that's something. I mean, the other thing too is, what if this is the same as another the newer VH? There's different things that I'm looking to do. Yeah, I don't know. I had the other thought process. I got my shit all fucked up. I had the other thought process about swapping bell housings, but that don't make sense, because if you already get the fucking 6-speed, in terms of the the manual transmission, because it's the same transmission, it's just this front bell housing is different. So anyways, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back with my original plan of cutting, putting back welding, and doing that. And then if that doesn't work, then I can just buy a new one, because again, this is a spare. It's damaged on the back end. I mean, the gear set and everything's still good. Actually, no, it wasn't. It was kind of trippy, because I don't think this is a CD009. This is like a 05 or some shit like that. But anyways, regardless of what, I'll go and modify this bell housing, kind of do like a Mazworks type setup. I got the TIG welder there, and I eliminate all the need for all that shit. Now this is the thing where some might say, oh, why are you gonna do that when you just buy parts? Man, shit, hold on. That's why. Shit, I got a TIG welder. I got well, the welder's actually at my in-laws house. But I got that. Let me fucking do it, bro. If I good, I good. That's what's up. If not, fuck it. No harm, no foul. So that's what's up. But anyhow, yeah, same shit. Just really need to pull the plug on that. Start doing some line up and measurements and all that shit. And cut and then line up and blah blah. So, all right, y'all.